For the one, the only, the original Dennis the Menace Keller.
Hey, I'm Dennis the original Menace. The reason I'm wearing my hat and my sunglasses, I want to look hot and cool at the same time.
Very good.
Anyhow, let me tell you a little bit about myself. When I was being born, I was told I was born with a flat head. That was because my dad kept on pushing me back in. When I finally came out, my mom said, "Oh, Bob, isn't he a treasure?" And my dad said, "Yeah, let's bury him." It took my mom 2 weeks to find me. Hey, anyhow, I went to the eye doctor about a month ago, and he said my eyes were really bad, and I didn't know what he was talking about until my glasses came. And I can't wear them. I told him, I said, "This can't go around wearing these things." He goes, "Oh, that's what you gotta wear." And well, let me go get them. I'll explain. I said, "Man, when I wear these things, I hurt my neck." Man, I didn't know I was that blind. So, you know, everybody out in the holiday spirit. I was out shopping the other day and I saw my ex-wife. She was in the spirit too, and she was waving at me and everything. But, and I got to thinking about that. And when I got home, I said, I had to call her up and I said, "You know, when you wave, you need to wave with all 5 fingers." I was out shopping on Black Friday also. And I went to Walmart and I saw a sign for an exotic animal, and I walked in there and said, "Hey, where's the exotic animal at? You couldn't have sold it that fast. The door's just open." And then he said, "What are you telling about exotic animals?" I said, "Oh, hey, come on. Now don't do no bait and switch here. Bait and switch here." I said, "Come on over here and I'll show you, because I don't see the exotic animals anywhere." And I walked him over there and he goes, "Okay, what are you talking about?" I said, "Well, see that sign that says Pumas. Now where are you keeping them at?" Now last year when I was out shopping, I was looking for iPads and iPods and everything. And I came across an item I bought, but I never used, and I still can't figure today how to use it. So if you guys are looking for a good bargain for Christmas, I got an AVI. Now, I just don't know how to use it. Let me show you. Maybe you guys can figure it out. I had no idea. 5 things I'm also thankful for this year is that I'm not related to Sarah Palin. I am not related to Sarah Palin. I am not related to Sarah Palin. I am not related to Sarah Palin, and I am not related to Sarah Palin. And I heard she moved back to Alaska. And the reason being is, well, they have 6 months daylight up there and 6 months nighttime. And she figured she needs her 6 months beauty sleep. You know, I like to follow the rules, and one of the rules is, when you're on the highway, you see the big sign that says, "Do not text and drive at the same time," and I never do that. I always take my hands off the steering wheel. So you heard in the news about the shooting at the White House. They finally figured out who it was. It was Dick Cheney. He was out turkey hunting again. You know, the economy is still pretty bad. I was in a restaurant the other night, and I was sitting there after eating my dinner, and the waiter came by and pointed down at my plate and said, "You want a box for that?" And I said, "Dude, I'm not fighting for food I already paid for." Then the other morning I was out for breakfast. The waitress comes by and she points at my food. She says, "Do you want a box for that?" And I said, "No, but I'll wrestle you for it." She proceeded to kick my butt. You know, they keep on telling me money does not grow on trees, but, you know, there's got to be a conspiracy there, because if money doesn't grow on trees, then why does banks have branches? One of the things I'm proud of, very proud of doing, is a jigsaw puzzle. It took me only 43 days to do it. Now, you can all laugh, but that's pretty good, because on the box it said 3 to 4 years. Well, I got lucky the other night. My girlfriend called me up. It was about 10:30 at night. She said, "You want to come over and play around?" So I hopped in my car, man. I never drove so fast in my life. I got to her house and got inside, and I said, "Come on, get out of bed. I never played golf at night before." Five more things that I'm very thankful for. I'm not married to Kim Kardashian. I'm not married to Kim Kardashian. I'm not married to Kim Kardashian. I'm not married to Kim Kardashian, and I'm not married to Kim Kardashian. You know, one thing I did a couple of months ago, I went up to Canada and I wanted to try some ice fishing. So I was getting ready to cut into the ice, and I hear this voice: "Do not cut the ice." I looked all around. I didn't see nobody out there. So I moved over a little bit and I started to cut the ice again. I hear this voice: "Do not cut the ice." I looked all around again. Still didn't see nobody. So I was getting a little nervous there. So I moved on down the ice a little bit more. Started to cut the ice, and that voice comes down again and says, "Do not cut the ice." And I said, "God, is that you?" The voice came back and said, "No, this is the ice skating rink manager." You know, when I was just starting out in the job market, I worked for about a year, minimum wage, and we had an apartment, me and a buddy of mine. He was a foreigner, and we both got laid off around the same time. And we went down to the unemployment office, and we were waiting in line to wait for see what kind of job we could get, if there was anything available. So they finally called me, and I went on in, and she asked me what I did for a living. I said, "Well, I take women's jeans and I sew up the seam all the way up to the crotch." She goes, "Well, that's not a very skilled labor job." I said, "I know, but it's a job." She said, "Well, I got a job here that'll pay about $4 an hour." I said, "Hey, I'll take that. I need to make a living somehow." So I went on out, and my buddy went in next, my roommate. And he asked her what he did for a living. He said, "I'm a diesel fitter." And she said, "A diesel fitter? Well, that's a skilled labor job. I have one opening right here that'll pay $18 an hour." He said, $18 an hour? Gee, I never made money like that. I'll take it. So I was waiting for him to come out, and he comes on out, and I said, "Well, what would you get?" He said, "I got a job paying $18 an hour." And I looked at him, "What?" Boy, I was a little mad because I got only 4 and he got 18. So I went back in and I said to her, "Hey, how come I get a job $4 an hour and my roommate gets a job $18 an hour?" She said he was skilled labor. I said, "A skilled labor? Why, after I get done sewing those jeans all the way up to the crotch, I pass them on to him. He takes them and says, 'Diesel fitter.'" Hey, I'm Dennis, the original menace. I'm chasing the American dream. I just haven't caught it yet. Thank you.